Hey everyone, it's Deb. I just wanted to take some time to give you a good end of year message. Just give you a high level overview of a lot of the accomplishments you guys have been able to do in 2016. We've done a lot of work and we've been able to accomplish a lot. So I'm just going to walk through all of those accomplishments in order of the strategic plan. And hopefully I'll be able to connect the dots for you guys on how what you're doing supports the strategic plan and how that strategic plan mirrors our corporate goals and our corporate values and how those corporate values end up supporting the overall vision of clean water for life. So I'm going to give it a try. We're going to start with safety. So our customer relations team, we were able to enjoy a 0 OSHA recordable rating. That's amazing. So pat yourselves on the back for all the hard work you did. Again, it's not just about a number. It's about making sure that everybody goes home the same way they come to work in the morning. And that I never want to have a conversation with any of your families around an injury that happens that ends up being an OSHA recordable. So keep up the good work. We've increased our near-miss reporting by about 12%, and that means we've removed exposure on 12% more things that could have caused an injury. So keep doing that. When you see things that could have been disastrous, put that near miss in. They're on the icons on your desktop. Make sure you use it. So remember that Safe Start philosophy. We did Safe Start training this year. You guys went through 4 modules of it. You learned about the dangerous states of rushing, frustration, fatigue, complacency, and those dangerous states cause those critical errors of having not your mind on the task or your eyes on the path. Making sure you have the right balance, grip, and traction, and keeping yourself out of the line of fire. So all of these things, along with our safety committee activities, we sync them up between Belleville and Scranton. We've also synced them up between customer relations and the customer service center. So I think that all of those things really have given us a good leg up on keeping that 0 OSHA recordable rating. So keep it going. We'll have more training coming next year, so more of the Safe Start modules. You have take-home things that you could do, so keep doing those things. You got in the spirit with Safety Day. We had a Safety Day. How much fun was that? We took advantage of health screenings that were offered through the company at both locations, flu shots. You have healthy solutions available to you. A lot of people are taking advantage and really getting involved and engaged in the healthy solutions programs. You also have an employee assistance program available to you. Use it. It's there for you to use. So we want to make sure you're healthy both in body and in mind, so that you are keeping your mind on what you're doing. So keep up the good work. Next, let's talk about people. People are our most precious resource. So I know that sounds funny, being in a water utility, that people are our precious resource, but they really are. You guys are doing the work. You're making it happen. The company is where it is on the backs of its employees. So all this hard work and everything that you do, you're making it happen. So you guys really are our most precious resource. So we've done a lot of work on improving morale in the department. It comes as no surprise that the recent culture survey showed that. We had 93% of our employees feel proud to work for American Water. That's a really good number. That tells me that our employees are engaged. They're feeling positive about the company that they work for, their work environments. They love their jobs. 90% of our employees feel that their supervisors are treating them with respect. That's a big improvement over the last survey. We're really excited about that, and I know that Tim and Paul and Aaron and Terry really take that to heart. So good work there, but the survey also showed we have a lot of work to do. So we have work to do in the areas of teamwork, accountability, and communication. I agree with those results. And what I'm hoping for in 2017 is to continue that good work that we've started in improving the culture and the overall teamwork between both the FRCC and ops support groups, but then also between customer relations and the customer call center, and then also between customer relations and state operations, because that teamwork, if we could get there, would really drive this company forward in the customer experience. So we're going to look at doing a more robust quality assurance program. I'm a little disappointed on where we landed with that this year, but there was just so much going on that we just didn't get where we wanted to be in the quality assurance area. We now have actionable data. We have good reporting for both the FRCC and ops support, and we'll really start doing a deep dive into how we're doing. We really looked at how many things we were touching this year. We looked at how we were touching it, why we were touching it, and quantifying all this work that we're processing through through the customer relations group. But now that we know what those numbers are, and now that we're hitting those numbers, every single month, we have to look at how we're doing what we're doing. And it's not for any reason except for making sure that you guys have all the tools necessary to do your jobs to the best of your ability. So we will be looking at the quality of the work, because if 16 people are doing the same thing wrong, it's not the people, it's the process. We have to take a look at the process. If one person is doing the same thing wrong over and over and over again, we have to find out why. A lot of times just wires are crossed, and we just need to make that correction. So I believe everybody gets up in the morning with good intentions, and if they want to do the right things. So we just need to make sure that what we're doing is we're doing it the right way. We're following the processes set. We're keeping people accountable for the work that they're doing, and that we're able to say at the end of the day that our quality is way up there in percentage. So a lot of work to do there for 2017. We've made great strides in teamwork around integrating ourselves regionally. The Belleville Ops Support Group has regionalized. The FRCCs are pretty much there. There's still a little more work to do there, and we're going to work on that in 2017. The Scranton Ops Support Group is starting down that path to regionalize that group together, and I think that once we get truly regionalized in the customer relations group, that teamwork is really going to gel. And then we need to start looking at how we connect with the regional teams in the call center and then the state operations group. Let's talk about development. All of our supervisors and team leads went through some pretty rigorous leadership training this year. And it was a supervisor toolkit training that is going to continue into next year and the year after that. So we're adding to their tool belt on how to communicate and how to lead properly and get people engaged and motivated in a positive manner. So I'm really happy to see that working. But we have to start looking at ways to develop all of our employees. There's so much opportunity for people to go on site visits and do knowledge share. I want to make sure that all of our people have an end-to-end knowledge of what we do, and making sure that they understand what they do affects everybody else in the department and in the company, and how that happens. We have people that are technical masters. We have Michael Novakoski, who's taken over most of our system processes and issues. So we have technical masters. We have process masters out on the floor in both Belleville and Scranton. How do we leverage that? There are people that are experts on different workflows and processes that they need to start sharing that knowledge across the board. So we're going to leverage that. We're going to look for those leaders in our department, and we're going to start developing those people into subject matter experts and leaders in those areas. So look for more to come on that. We're going to continue to have training days. We had training days. They were very successful. You guys provided us with what it is that you wanted training on. We're going to have more training days. I'm not sure we've heard completely about what it is you want training on, but understand the company has provided resources and a budget and really committed to getting this training done because it's what you told us you wanted. So make sure you're taking advantage and putting your input in on what kind of training that you're looking for. because we will continue those training days, and hopefully we're going to get you what you're looking for. And if not, you need to let us know. We've heard you loud and clear about system issues and data issues, and we're working hard towards getting those fixed, and I'll tell you more about that when we get to technology and operational efficiency. And again, communication is key. We've recently rolled out several ways for you to provide feedback to us. I find feedback is a gift. Again, I can't do anything about it if I don't know about it. So use those feedback mechanisms to provide the feedback that you're looking to give on processes, systems, issues, training, whatever it is that you feel you need to say something about, say it. We now have a dedicated resource in Shalonda Norman for our communications need for the customer service organization, of which we are a part of. So she will be working with Megan, I believe, in Belleville, and I think Shelby and Amanda have been identified to work with her in Scranton to funnel all this great stuff that we're doing through Shalonda, so she can then get that information out to the business. And again, so that you guys know what's going on a weekly basis, monthly basis, in your department, in the company. Shalonda's going to assist our needs in communication, and she's doing a great job so far, so looking forward to that. So you guys have had about 13, 14 acquisitions come down the pipe, and they were all successful. And because they were all successful, that means our brand out in the business is a good one. You guys have a huge, huge part of making sure we continue to grow. And as you know, Susan Story says, you're either on the growing side of the business or the shrinking side. You don't want to be on the shrinking side. You want to be on the growing side. And all that hard work you guys do on cleansing data and making sure assets are in the system and the technical master data is right and the addresses are right and the meters are right, so that when these customers come into our system, they get a bill and they pay it. It's pretty simple, right? They don't realize what goes into that. And when these acquisitions are successful, we keep building that brand and we keep building that brand. So when a municipality or a privately owned water system is struggling and they need help, they're going to come to us, and that's because of the work you guys do. So don't forget that. You have Scranton coming on soon. You have Shorelands coming. There's multiple more acquisitions coming down. So keep up the good work, and as you're doing that work, if there's improvements we can make, let's make sure we make them, because there is nothing that you can't make better. I tell people all the time, don't talk to me about can't. Let's figure out how we can do it better. So the customer relations portion of the acquisition process was mapped out. Paul Ebler worked with the process excellence team on getting that portion of the process mapped out, and it really gave us some aha moments on where we could improve, and we did make those improvements. So the NSI process has also been mapped out. I started that process, and Jess Kreider took it over for me, and she's doing a great job. We came up with some really major improvements in how we process the service orders, making sure we can set a meter at the time that we set the service, making sure that we can change the WBS element numbers, because some places own the services and some don't. So good work there. So Paul Ebler is heading up the growth section of the strategic plan for the customer service organization. So he is working on improving the acquisition process. He's also working on revenue assurance, making sure all the services that are in the ground are billing. Again, if we're taking over systems and we don't bill all the services and we don't get the revenue in return for the cost that we're spending, then why do it, right? So Paul's working on that piece for the whole organization. And you have members of both the both the Ops Support team and FRCC involved. So you're being heard on all of these. So good job on that one. Let's talk about technology and operation efficiency. This is huge for our department. Our department relies so heavily on technology, and our department is judged so heavily on how fast we can get something done and how quickly we can close a BPEM case, and are we meeting customer appointments, and how fast we're getting emergency orders done. This is a huge area for our department, and this is where we spend most of our time, and this is where most of our targets and goals land, and they're heavily weighted in this area, and you guys support this section of the strategic plan the most, based on what you're doing. So this year we're able to get done a lot of these old long-standing tickets through Michael Novakoski and Tim Carroll and Kim and Joy. They worked so hard on getting this bulk movement done, so kudos on that one. Capacity reservation is being completed, location-based dispatching is being done, and the reporting around FSRs and the work that they're doing was finally achieved. So a ton of work being done on these long-term, long-standing tickets that we know you guys have voiced your opinion about. We need to get this done, we need to get this done. Well, we heard you and we got it done this year. So I'm going to pat myself on the back, and you guys should pat yourselves on the back too. All of this was a result of the feedback we received from you guys. We managed through an extremely difficult system crash in April. Holy cow, April 1st, really? And no, it wasn't a joke. But you guys all pulled together. And our customers never knew we were having such turmoil internally. And I can't tell you enough how much I'm proud of that, because that really shows what a tight-knit, high-performing group we are. When the chips are down, everybody stepped up, and we got it done. So good job there. And again, on the HANA upgrade, did it go the way we had planned? No. But you guys pulled together. We got the work out to the field. We got our exceptions management piece done a couple weeks later. But we pulled together and we got it done. We worked with the call center. We worked with billing. We worked with collections, and worked as a team to make sure our customers were served the best way that we know how. Map call was initiated for New Jersey. We have people doing some churn chair activities right now. That's supposed to end in February. That SAP interface is being worked on right now. I know that there's people coming into Scranton in a week or so to get this done. So those turn chair activities will stop. But understand that MapCall is probably going to be the work management system for T&D of the future, and maybe even beyond. So we're learning it. We're getting integrated in that picture, and we're managing the emergencies for New Jersey through MapCall. Mechanicsburg in PA is one that's on the list to transfer over to MapCall. St. Louis County may be next to transition to MapCall for the long cycle or T&D work. And again, it's going to be so much easier once they get integrated with SAP. Ops support, you've been supporting multiple AMI projects, which initially, when they were up and running, was giving us a lot of pain. There was a lot of manual intervention, but you worked through it. And we're getting better. And as we start implementing these technologies, we will be a big part of making sure that they work right and that the customers get billed. We'll be working with Tammy in the billing department to make sure it happens. So good for you guys. We continue to struggle with the contractor meter change process. This is going to become a focus for me in 2017. We need to improve this. We need to improve the automation, the end-to-end process. It's now on the hit list for the Customer Experience Council, so I want to get this one done. So hopefully we can make this better in 2017. The Ops Support team worked really closely with the Process Excellence Group to create standardized meter reading reports. So this laid the background for our new STI company coming in to use the data that we've been able to put together to create a dashboard for operations for meter health, so they can start going after things a lot sooner. The use of Yammer was a big hit. I feel we should be using it more, but we are using it for communication between shifts and handoffs, and it's just like social media. Who doesn't know how to use social media? So I want to push this a little bit further next year. You can post videos, messages, all kinds of stuff you can put on Yammer. So we need to start leveraging that in the future. Data analytics. This is a huge efficiency piece. We were able to put a business analyst in place for our whole department, Michael McKenna. He's providing support by mining data, generating reports, and we now have actionable data to make good decisions with. And we are making those good business decisions based on the information he's been able to provide. So that was a big plus in the efficiency area. So lastly, we have 8 or 10 people that completed Yellow Belt projects this year. Holy cow, that's amazing. This means we're well on our way to getting our team and implementing that culture of continuous improvement in the customer relations team. The company's looking for everyone to start thinking about Six Sigma and Yellow Belt projects and looking at how they approach challenges. You need to look at it at every angle and come at it with out-of-the-box ideas. So the more problems we solve, the better our lives get. So keep it up, people. Keep going. So let's talk about customer. When you look at our corporate values wheel and look at our corporate strategy, the customer is at the center of everything we do. Everything we do is for our customers. If it weren't for the customer, we wouldn't be here. And the company went all in on the customer last year. They appointed Carla Teasley the Chief Customer Experience Officer for American Water. So she's at the CE level for customer experience. That's a big statement. Then she hired Doug Brand as Senior Director of Customer Experience. And that's a big statement. And now Doug is now filling his bench with a National Accounts Manager and a Data Manager because he's serious about making sure that customer experience transformation happens. It's going to take technology, process, it's going to take a lot of work, and we're here to support them. We're going to make sure we support them in everything that they do to improve our customer experience. We slipped a little bit on our ratings with the customer in the fourth quarter, and Doug is digging in to try and find out what those reasons are. But again, we're going to be here to support that effort in any way we possibly can and make sure that customer experience transformation is a successful one. We got 90% of our listening tour activities done. Most of what's left is tickets that we're waiting on from like IT. So kudos to everyone in their hard work on getting those activities done. We were averaging a 9.39 minutes for our emergency response times. That's amazing. You guys kicked ass in this number this year. So good for you. I'm participating in a customer experience council. I'm leading a piece on the journey mapping for the move-in turn-on process for the field. I mean, move-in turn-on is the #1 activity we have for our customers. Seems like it should be really easy, but we keep getting dinged for it, and we need to find out why. We need to find out why it's so hard to get a move-in turn-on done for our customers. So that's what we're continuing to work on in 2017. Our service quality was reported at 85%. It's below that 87% number we're looking for. But you know, we need to look at why that is. I think that partially, if we could get this full integration, this regional integration, that's going to help us improve our service quality. I really truly believe that. The company average for med appointments was 95.7%, which meets the 95% to 96% goal you had. Again, really good numbers. Ops BPEM cases open past 30 days was around 94, so there were some extenuating circumstances, and most of them are meter mix-ups, which is why we go back to the contractor meter change process. We really have to look at that because we have way too many meter mix-ups. But you guys are hitting your 50 BPEM case per person mark. Your percentages are good, and now we need to look at the quality. So we will make sure that no matter what we're doing it well. The CRO has participated in multiple community events. You guys are with your shirts on, you're out in the community, you're proud to be American Water employees, you're out there doing your thing, and that goes a long way to showing our customers we care, not just about the water we provide, but about our communities also. So we've participated in a FUNO process review. There's some really good connections now being made so that when a FUNO order gets created, the notes are getting updated so that anybody that's looking on the account can see what that work is being done and where they are in the process. We're participating in journey mapping over field services piece for also the restoration process, because that seems to be a pain point. So we're really focusing on the customer. In 2016, we did a lot of work. We accomplished a lot, but there's still more to be done. So, in closing, I know I talked a lot, and there probably should be more to be said, but I just wanted to say thank you for all your hard work. I want to tell you how proud I am of all the accomplishments we've been able to make in 2016. I'm super excited about what we're hopefully going to be able to do in 2017. And I just feel like I have the best team. I don't care who tells me they have a better team than me. I'm going to say no, you don't, because I do have the best team in American Water, and I know you guys work so hard, and I'm really proud to be a part of this department. My favorite thing is going out and talking to everybody, and I see how hard you work, and it is paying off. And I hope at the end of this you understand the work that you do is supporting the strategic plan. And that strategic plan is mirroring our corporate values, and those corporate values support that overall vision of clean water for life. And if it's still cloudy to you, come and talk to me, because I want to make sure that you guys understand you're connected to that and you make a difference. So thanks a lot. Happy New Year, and I'll talk to you soon.